Okay, so the sub should have handed this out to you. You're going to go through this. I want to make sure you can hand out an index card as well to use your ruler. Let me grab one real quick, and I want you guys to do this step by step. There's going to be times where I want you to do it, and there's times where you guys can go ahead and go for it. But you need to remember what is the slope, what is the y-intercept each time as well. So if I was looking at this first one, I'm going to zoom in. And we should know, you can take your notes out for this as well. This is open note for that puzzle if you need to. But your first step is to go ahead and graph the -1. That's your y-intercept. That's on the y-axis, okay? And then from there, you're going to go ahead and rise and run. I'm trying to find if I can find a better pen than this. It's okay. So I'm going to rise, eventually rise here. Let me turn that off. There we go. Rise what? Rise 1, run 4. Okay? So rise 1, run 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now you have these 2 points. This creates your linear equation. This is a line in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. What does that look like again? Y equals mx plus b. M is the, I don't need to play the video again, right? M is the slope. B is the y-intercept. Make sure your name's here. All right, you're going to get credit for this. All right, number 2. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite this. I want you to pay attention. What do you notice? This 1 here. When that's there like this, there's nothing there. There's an invisible 1. You can't see it, but it's there. I just drew one. There's an invisible 1 in front of the x. Just like this one, there's an invisible 1 here too. And what's 1 as a fraction? This is where it gets a little confusing. Could it be -1/1? Okay. So put +2. Why do I start there? Because that's my y-intercept, my b, my y-intercept. You always start here. All right. That's my y-intercept. Then I'm going to go what from there? I'm going to go -1/1, down 1 to the right 1. All right. And you know what I want you to do too? Do you see the other points on this line? Isn't that a point? Aren't these all points? Could you show me where these other points are too? Oh, this side's not as perfect, but those are all points as well. All right. Number 3, where do I start? +1. And what's my, isn't there a 1x there? And what's my slope? 1/1. So I'm going to go up 1, over 1. Get my index card. And graph my line. Okay? All right, number 4. I'm going to start with -4. Okay? Right here. And I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and run 1, 2, 3. Rise 4, run 3. Okay? Number 5. Start at -3. I'm going to go down 3, over 1. All right, remember that's over 1. Down 1, 2, 3, over 1. I know I'm going kind of fast through these, but I want to make sure you know what you're doing. -2, first step. And then I'm going to go what? Rise 3, run 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's keep it going. All right, flip it over. All right, number 7, 8. I would love you guys to try these on your own right now. Now, let's go ahead and check it out. -1. Then I'm going to rise 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to run 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Number 8, negative 5. Let's rise 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3. Number 9, this one's kind of confusing. There's nothing as your y-intercept. When nothing's there, go plus 0. It's going to be starting at 0. That's your y-intercept. You're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1 over 2. Number 10, go to negative 2. Rise 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Number 11, you're going to go to positive 3. Now this one's kind of confusing. You're going to rise 4, run 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and run 1. You can leave it this way. I'm going to teach you a way to do it even better later on this year, but that's fine. Oops, I'm going to mess that up. All right, and then for this last one, we're going to go positive 5. And we're going to go ahead and, this one's crazy. So really, what you're allowed to do on these ones, if they're both positive, you can actually do the opposite. Instead of rising and running to the right, you can fall and then run to the left. So you can go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's ever off the graph, you're allowed to do that. And we'll explain that later. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about that at all. But your quiz is going to go over graphing, but not more than that. I want you to be able to just tell me, if I said, what's the slope here? Could you tell me it's 4/3? All right. And if I said, what's the y-intercept? Could you tell me it's negative 5? All right. Same here. What's the slope in this equation? 3 over 5. What's the y-intercept? Negative 1. Could you also plot points? Let's talk about points again. Over 5 up 2. Would this point be over 5 up 2? Remember, you go left or right first, and then you go up or down. What about when it's on the axis? Where's this point at? Would you go left or right? You don't go left or right, you just go down 1. See how that makes sense? All right, and then what about, let's see, I think that's good. Oh, this one, where is this coordinate at? Let's talk about this one too. This is one of the curveballs. Do you go left or right? You go right 3. Do you go up or down? Nope. Okay. The best you can. All right. And what about this point? The last point we'll do. This is over 1, down 5. All right. Do the best you can on the quiz, and then after I'm going to have a quizzes extra credit.